Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm out here today actually riding with a friend of mine. And this is a 2025 Honda CRF300L. Now mine is actually a 2022 Honda CRF300L. And of course my 300L has been modified so it kind of looks like this one. The older 300Ls had the halogen lights, the halogen turn signals headlights. Well, new for 2025, they have the LED headlights and LED turn signals. So super cool. They made some improvements that are pluses and some things they didn't improve that everybody wanted improved. Of course, they got the B&G, the bold new graphics. Everything else is pretty much the same. I did hear that they've upgraded the front suspension a little bit, made it a little stiffer, which won't hurt. I'm actually happy with the soft suspension, but I don't think they made that much of a difference. Now, this Honda CRF300L, my buddy purchased it, and before it even really got rode, we took the thing and done some upgrades on it. We put a service gas tank, some Zeta hand guards, a service skid plate. We put an AXP Racing rack on the back, and then we got a Nelson Rigg Hurricane Dual Sport tail bag on here. So it's got some upgrades on it to help some things that it really needs, like skid plate would probably be number one because it comes with nothing. So different than mine, this one actually has ABS front and rear, and we can turn off the rear ABS. Some people like ABS, some don't. I've never had it on a dual sport, so I'm fine without it, but I think they all pretty much come ABS now, but I'm not sure of that. So we're going to take this thing for a little spin down the road out here in Arizona and try it out, see if I can tell anything feels any different than my 2022. So up close here, as you can see, pretty much everything's the same. That does have the LED headlight. Of course, when they add the LED headlight, this is also a different front fender. Has the LED turn signals, which are mounted in a different location. So the instrument cluster here is pretty much exactly the same. Have the gear indicator, fuel gauge, the tach, and everything on it. Pretty much the same. And of course, like I said, we did add the service 3.6 gallon fuel tank. We put the service skid plate on here, which looks pretty good. It's actually molded to fit really good. And then we put the AXP Racing. I will post a link to all this stuff below to where you can check all these things out that we put on this bike. As far as gearing, the gearing is the same, 1440, and this is stock chain, stock sprockets, so it's all just stock gearing. But other than that, everything is identical to the older CRF300L that everybody has and is used to, except for, like I said, we do have ABS. You can see the ABS here on the rear. And one other thing this one does have, it does have Excel rims instead of like the DID that mine comes with. This is Excel rims. They are gloss black, no difference there. Good looking bike. I like the looks of it better because it does come with the LEDs. My bike's right there. As you can see on my bike, what I was saying, mine did not come factory with the LED. I put this on fender, LED signals, the headlight, all that. So we're going to take this thing down the road for a spin, see how it feels. Okay, so we're going to take this bike for a spin. It's going to feel a little bit different because some things are different than mine. Right off the bat, I can tell you, they may have stiffened up the front. So as far as the suspension, I mean, man, this thing is super soft. I never realized mine was that soft, but I also adjusted my rear spring compression when I first bought it, so I cranked it down. And this one is so totally stock, it hasn't been done. Also on my bike, I have a Race Tech rear spring, which makes it a lot stiffer. I think this bike is set up for a super lightweight rider. The one thing about it, it's smooth with it being this soft. It feels shorter. I mean, I can already tell I'm lower to the ground. As far as running, feels identical. Yeah, this one I can tell is smoother because of this rear shock is so soft. As far as the front, I mean, I can tell a little bit of difference in the stiffness. Maybe not a lot. Trying out the ABS, see if it does anything. It's still, oh yeah, there's the ABS working. You got to push them pretty hard on the rear, but I felt it working. I'll try the front here. Yeah, you have to really get on pretty hard for it to do anything. But the rear, I pushed it, it started, of course, your rear is going to slide a lot easier than the front. And when it started wanting to slide, it started kicking in and working. Yeah, it feels good. It just feels, if I wasn't looking down and paying attention to the rear shock, I can tell no difference. Power, identical. Gearing feels identical. I do believe the front suspension is different. They obviously changed the valving maybe, or the springs one, but they've changed it a little bit, and it feels a little stiffer than mine. It actually feels to me like the front suspension is stiffer than the rear, and the rear is extremely soft. Now, I definitely don't care for the seat. I'm used to that big wide XL seat concept seat that I have on mine. That's the thing, if you don't ever have something, you don't know, so nobody tells you. It's like I tell people, if you're happy with it the way it is, don't worry about it, because you don't know the difference. Yeah, as far as getting on the gas, I'm in third. It feels, the power is no different. Feels identical. Now, I'm not going to jump it, but I mean, as far as these bikes, as you know, they're soft suspension. They're not made for jumping anyway. Honda designed these bikes to be a commuter, and you can go off-road. You can do pretty much anything and be good at everything, but not amazing at anything. That's what I always say about the 300L. It's pretty good at everything, but it's not amazing at anything. It's just an all-around really good, solid bike. And the 2025 is no different, except that the biggest improvement I think they made was the LEDs. Putting the LED headlight. As far as the signals, who cares if they're LED or if they're halogen, it really doesn't matter. But your headlight, that's what you need, and the LED is a lot better. Because if you have a older 300L, 2024 and back, you have the stock halogen light, and you know what I mean. It's horrible lighting. You get out at night on that thing, and it's ridiculous how bad the headlight is. And mine has the headlight like this, the same one from Honda, and it's brilliant. It's a very good headlight. And of course, these are stock tires, but they actually, and I've always said I like the stock tires, and they're the same way. They're okay on road, they're okay off road, but they're not amazing at anything. They're just a good tire, and they last a long time. And for stuff like this right here, they do a good job. The stock tires, once they get worn down quite a bit, then you'll get to where you notice that it kind of wants to walk around on the road a lot more. Once that sharp edge wears off, it starts to want to wander a lot more than this. Feels pretty solid right now. And on my bike, I actually have the Test D Sports, and it's still, you know, you still walk around on the gravel a little bit. It kind of wanders around. I think they all do that, especially if you don't air down. This one here actually tracks better than that one. And it's probably because those tires are extremely stiff. Even with low air pressure, they're stiffer. So with 22 in that, I've not even aired those down, so they're at 22, which is actually too stiff for out here. But those stiff tires make a difference. So this is pretty cool. As I said, there's not a lot of difference between the two bikes. I mean, I would say if you have a 2024 or older CRF300L and you're thinking about upgrading, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. Other than if you want the LED headlight that bad. But as far as being a better bike, no, I don't think this is a better bike than the older one. I can tell you that these stock tires track a lot better than them Test D Sports. As far as they're both set to 22, which is too much. Actually, mine is 20 right now. I usually, when I'm off-road, I'll let those down to 14 or 15. But this at 22 actually tracks better than that one does at 20. It just kind of wants to follow ruts a lot more. You can feel it walking around. This one ain't doing that. It's actually pretty good. And it may have something to do with the rear, the stock suspension in the front, but the rear has that spring, which makes it stiffer. I also did notice that these bars, of course, are stock, and they're definitely lower handlebar height. I can feel that my handlebars are higher than this, which is nothing wrong with it. It feels good. The only difference is with the low bars, when you stand up, you're going to have your arms stretched out a little more on those than you would the taller bars, like the Renthal bars I have on there. But we did, I said, add the Zeta handguards on this bike, and what we did is the lug inside here, there's a steel lug, and it's a 6mm thread. We actually drilled and tapped it to 8mm. That way we could use the Zeta bolts, and it actually worked out pretty good. They look good, fit good. We still got the stock grips, and it worked out really good. We installed the tank, as I said. This is one of the best things you can do to a 300L is adding this tank, because the stock tank at 1.8 or 9 gallon, it's just not enough. If you're out here in Arizona and we ride out here 40 miles off-road, 50 miles, and then 50 miles back, you're using up a lot of your gas. So this one here, you can ride all day, no problem, because you're almost twice the amount of gas. But definitely this thing has some squat to it. You can see when I just move the bike without my weight on it, I mean, it squats by itself a lot. That rear shock. The compression can be adjusted right here by these spanner nuts inside here, if you can see them. But super cool. I like it. It does have ABS. So if you're a new rider, it's probably a good idea because it has the ABS on it. I like the graphics. They don't, the graphics don't look as big as far as the CRF and the 300L as mine does. These are smaller looking because of the way they put them on here. And then they did add a blue stripe back here. So it's got a little bit of changes, not much. As far as the front decal, yeah, it's different. Mine is just blue across, and this one's like half blue, half red. So it gives you a little more red, white, and blue. Even though the headlight shroud is red. Super cool. There you go, guys. That is the 2025 Honda CRF300L ABS. Super cool, super fun bike. Randy here is going to have an awesome time on it. As soon as he breaks it in. And you know what I mean by breaking it in. We all have to do that eventually. When you get a few scratches on it like I got on mine. But there you go. Thank you all for watching. Check out the links. As I said, I have links to everything that we added on this bike and everything that I have on my 300L in the description. click that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I put in a new video, and we'll catch you all in the next adventure. Ride on.